We were just talking a consequence maybe last week or some shit like that.
Hmm.
And I also just saw a Buster interview where they were asking him about ghostwriters,
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I heard something about that.
and he was saying that, and I agree that you can't necessarily be considered to be in the top 10 um, as far as in hip hop if you're not pushing your pen like that. You know what I mean? Have you ghostwritten for people in the past?
Yeah, absolutely. I started off ghostwriter.
Do you mind sharing some of the people you've written for?
The first person I ever wrote for was Shaquille O'Neal. It's like '95. You know.
Wow, Shaq Diesel.
Yeah, I wrote for Shaq.
Did wait? Was it a Shaq Diesel rhyme? Like what? Or one of his like Shaq Fu? Was he Shaq Fu?
Yo, yes, yes,
You
yes,
remember
I
when he
know.
was Shaq Fu?
Yeah, I remember he was Shaq Fu, yo.
Did you write one of
Yeah.
his Shaq Fu rhymes?
Nah, it was on the album that Biggie was on.
Okay,
So, he was trying to actually rap on this joint.
okay.
Yeah, because like Peter Guns and Lord Tariq used to write for him.
Ah,
And somehow, they ain't want to write for him no more, or something like that. I don't know. So I just took it. Yeah, I write, you know,
shit. All right for Shaq
no
Fu,
question.
Shaq Fizzle.
Yeah, take the check right to the dealer too.
Okay, what'd you get?
Yeah. BMW
Nice,
328 CI.
nice,
Yeah, that's what I'm
nice.
saying. It's like, that's the thing. Like I used to do so much prior to, me coming into the hip hop game. I used to be scared. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I used to be terrified that,
Scared of what?
my past catching up to me. Like,
Ah,
me and my homeboys, like, we was out of town a lot. We used to go to a lot of towns, doing our 1-2. We had a different nickname for every town we went to. So I just knew, like, the minute I pop up on the screen, it was really y'all video. Y'all video was the first video I ever did.
mm.
I was like, somebody coming to get me, man. I know somebody. That's why I was an all out mission. I'm gonna get on this roof. I'm going hard because like I just got a feeling somebody gonna see this video and be like, yo, that's blue. Well, no, that's black. Or no, that's what I'm saying. Like whatever nickname we was using, whatever towns we was in, what I'm saying. I just felt like, oh man.
I
As
used
soon
to
as
be
I,
nervous about shit like that in the beginning too myself. I ain't gonna front.
yeah, because it's just
And
instinctive to
somebody's
think
gonna be like,
like,
"Yo, that looked like that dude that did
yeah,
that to me." Like, yeah,
yeah, because
huh?
for us, the options we have growing up in the ghetto, we think this is an escape. You know, escape is basketball, something of that nature, like anything that's gonna get you out.
Mm-hmm.
So hip hop was one of those escapes. But at the same time, it's like can you escape? So you know that definitely was like one of my concerns. But then I wrote for Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying. Of course I wrote for Puff.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
What
I,
like the joint you was on with him, like the
yeah, I need a girl.
I
Part
Need a Girl,
one,
you wrote
part
his
two.
part.
Diddy. I don't want to know for Mario Winans. I wrote something for New Edition when they was on there. I
Mm.
wrote for yeah, I helped Mace with his second album.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was like, it
How are
was it
those
was
writing checks?
those are that's what's up. And, what I'm saying? Cause yeah, cause
Talk
I
to
owned
him.
all the publishing. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Tell
the thing.
them.
Like, huh?
Tell them about the. Sometimes it's better to be behind the scenes like that, huh?
No,
On
it's
some writer
absolutely
shit.
better. It's absolutely better to be
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes because it's less scrutiny, it's less attention. I
And it's
mean,
more money.
it's definitely more money. I mean, now, don't get me wrong. Now, like show money is good money too. There,
Oh yeah.
you know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we
Oh
can't we
yeah.
can't throw away the show money.
No, 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 no.
You know
We
what I'm
can't do
saying?
that. We can't do that.
So back then, you needed to have that. You needed to have some ownership of your stuff in order to really eat from the mechanical royalties and stuff like that. But show money is different, and like that's cash up front. You get to dictate how that comes. If you don't want to pay no taxes, but you ain't got to. You want me to perform, though. I want cash. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So dudes be trying to give you a check and all that. Now I don't want no check though.
Right.
Yeah, I want cash.
Kitty to the dash.
Yeah, I want cash before I get there, and I want the rest when you know what I'm saying. So I ain't getting out the car till I get the second half. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then
Upon arrival. It's called
yeah,
upon arrival.
no question. So I mean, you know, it was different times then. You know what I'm saying? I think that we were definitely securing the bag back then. You know, we had to. You know, but yeah. So what they were saying about the writers and all that?
What's that?
I said, what were they saying about the writers? I just spoke to Buster like a couple of days ago. You know what
I
I'm
know
saying?
what they were saying that you know you can't really be considered no top 10 like lyricist and all that type of shit in hip hop if you have been ghost written for. You know what I mean? If somebody has written for you, then you shouldn't even be in that conversation.
I mean,
And I agree.
I see some validity in that. But if you think about look at Motown, dog, Smokey Robinson and Stevie Wonder wrote all that stuff. So if you loved,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Come on, man, cut it out.
Here's the difference, though. Here's the
Yeah.
difference.
Okay,
Here's
what's
the
the
difference,
difference,
my brother, right?
What is the difference?
Hip
Please tell me.
hop is the only music where it's explicitly implied that the person saying the rhyme is the one that wrote it. See, in R&B, and we've had this conversation before on the Godcast. In R&B, you already know that there's singers and there's songwriters. And there's
Yeah.
singer-songwriters. They're not always the two. Most of your most famous singers are not songwriters. And most people, I feel like, know this. Okay? It's a given that Whitney Houston didn't write all those songs. Fucking Dolly Parton wrote that and all that type of shit. Michael Jackson wasn't writing none of them fucking songs. I mean, well, some of them he was, but a lot of his hits he ain't write them shits. So my point is, in hip hop, you know, especially in the beginning, you had rules like no biting and all this type of shit. So it was kind of implicitly implied that rappers write their own shit. See, we didn't know that Big Bang Hank was saying Grandmaster Caz's rhymes. Had we have known that, I think that would have been a little blemish on them. You know what I mean? And I think that's why they kept it hidden too. You know what I mean?
I mean, I agree.
I'm just saying hip hop's the only music where that's explicitly implied that the whoever's saying the shit wrote the shit. And that's what makes it different than all other comparisons, Motown and all that other shit. You never thought that they wrote all of them joints.
Well, see, this is where I'm trying. This is where I'm playing advocate because I agree. You know what I'm saying? I agree. You know what I'm saying? Because I've never recited you know, spit nobody else.
Right.
Stuff.
How would you feel? How would you feel as an MC if you was
Well, see,
if somebody wrote some
said.
shit for you? And I'm not talking about a line here and there. I'm talking about 16 bars. Here you go, Loon. Go in there and say it like this.
But listen, you gotta look at the key word.
Here you are, Amir, pardon self.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say it like this.
The key word you said is MC. So now you gotta look at how hip hop kind of evolved. Just like you said, well, R&B, you got singers and songwriters. In hip hop, you got MCs and you got rappers.